Moonee Valley last night, harness racing's the best night weather-wise that there's been for the season, I think, and the racing was very interesting. So let's have a look at the final 400 metres of race number 1, the 7 o'clock stakes.
450, 8 metres in front of Columbia 2. Marmaduke Karamia can't go on. Aaron's Idol making some ground with Lockwood Road. 6 metres to Tolliver Rummy, followed by Other Plans and Spanish Perfume. But 220 out on the turn. Aldershot the outside of Van Race. They're 12 metres in front. Off on the outside, Aaron's Idol. Back on the rail, Columbia 2. Lockwood Road is only plodding. At the 120, Van Race just in front. Aldershot on the outside. He's worked. He's got the upper hand, Aldershot. He looks to be doing the better. He drew a neck in front of Van Race and 8 metres away, Aaron's Idol. But what about this for a run? Aldershot has won by a metre. 2 Van Race, 6 metres away. Third was Aaron's Idol. Then
Great run indeed there by Aldershot, who was 3 deep and in the death all the way and kept going. 9-2, beating the favourite Van Race 5-4 on, and Aaron's Idol at 20-1 third. Second race in the card, the favourite here was the disappointing Walhalla Miss.
away they go. Passion Fruit's gone away quickly with Art Lamont looking for the lead, and Crystal Lynn is splitting that pair. Walhalla Miss is racing fourth out of the straight, followed by Key Marty, then Skipper Bray, Audrey back on the fence, followed by Robin Linda, and Francis Clare is last. Crystal Lynn the outside taking on Art Lamont out of the straight and crosses. Walhalla Miss is racing 3 deep early. Passion Fruit the centre. On the fence is Audrey as Art Lamont comes one off the fence. Still going forward Walhalla Miss, and behind them Skipper Bray. Robin Linda 3 deep from Francis Clare, and 6 metres away Key Marty at the lap and a half mark, and Walhalla Miss out 3 wide. She now works up within ahead of Crystal Lynn. Art Lamont now easing for the 1 out trail. The leader's back as Audrey. Passion Fruit the outside. On its back in turn came Skipper Bray. Robin Linda still racing 3 deep. On the rail is Francis Clare, and 4 metres away Key Marty. Before the turn, a bit more than 1,000 metres to go. Crystal Lynn in front now, steadied by 3 metres to Walhalla Miss, and ahead away third is Audrey. Robin Linda still racing 3 deep, given a cut with a cane and going forward. Art Lamont's having a handy run on the outside of Francis Clare, then Passion Fruit from Skipper Bray, and last and 3 wide is Key Marty. In the straightest circuit to go, Robin Linda, after racing 3 deep the first circuit, works up within 1.5 metres of the leader Crystal Lynn. Third placing Walhalla Miss on the outside, shading Audrey the inside. Art Lamont now goes to the outside 3 deep out of the straight, so Francis Clare coming one off the fence. Key Marty going forward there, racing 3 and 4 deep though out of the straight. Then Passion Fruit going forward on the back of Art Lamont, and 4 metres away Skipper Bray. Along the back of the 650, Crystal Lynn 1 metre in front. Robin Linda the outside has worked pretty hard. Art Lamont out 3 deep the centre, Walhalla Miss, and back on the fence came Audrey. Key Marty racing 4 deep along the back, then Passion Fruit from Francis Clare, and 6 metres away Skipper Bray, but they're packing up before the turn. Off the back of the 450, Robin Linda worked. She went to the lead though, 1 metre in front. Art Lamont out 3 deep gets the second. Crystal Lynn's under pressure. Walhalla Miss is momentarily held up. Key Marty racing deep. In behind them Passion Fruit. Skipper Bray goes to the outside from Francis Clare, and Audrey is dropping out. Around the turn though, 200 metres out. Robin Linda ahead in front. Art Lamont quickly draws up on the outside and races to a narrow lead halfway down the straight. Walhalla Miss back on the fences, boxing on. Robin Linda kicks again. Art Lamont on the outside is coming at Robin Linda. Robin Linda's been some sort of a run. Art Lamont lunging, didn't get there though. I fancy Robin Linda has got in a nose to Art Lamont. Passion Fruit, I reckon, has run third, just in front of Walhalla Miss. Then Francis Clare from Skipper Bray. Then Crystal Lynn from Key Marty, and Audrey's run last.
Well, that fixed up most people's quadrellas. Robin Linda 16-1, Art Lamont 9-4, professional runner-up, and Passion Fruit at 10-1. Walhalla Miss quite disappointing, the 6-4 favourite. The next race in the program, hot favourite here, Down South Dream, didn't find a yelp in the last 400.
Winfield Mobile pulls away their racing. Peter Taymor's gone away quickly with Amana. They're both looking for the lead, and Amana will hold out Peter Taymor early. Down South Dream gets to third on the fence, followed by Flamingo Kid and Abel Thor. Introspect caught a little bit deep, racing out of the straight from Colonel Sam. Second last Majestic Jester, and 6 metres away Candy Wilkes. Amana in front early by 5 metres to Peter Taymor, who drops on the fence. 8 metres away third, Down South Dream. Flamingo Kid racing fourth, and Introspect is 3 deep going forward. Colonel Sam creeping up on the fence, followed by Abel Thor, then Majestic Jester, and 3 metres away Candy Wilkes. At the 1450, Amana held together in front by 5 metres to Peter Tamor. Introspect on the outside gets to a clear third without cover, and Down South Dream ends up with a 1-out trail. Colonel Sam racing fifth and 3 back on the inside. Flamingo Kid is 3 back on the outside. Third last is Abel Thor, second last Majestic Jester, and 3 metres away Candy Wilkes. At the top of the straight, a circuit left to go, and Amana in front by a sulky's length. Introspect racing second without cover. On the leader's back is Peter Tamor. Fourth is Down South Dream, enjoying a pretty good run, followed by Colonel Sam on the fence. From second last, now here's Majestic Jester out 3 wide going forward. Will Down South Dream come out in front of him? We're about to find out. He does. Flamingo Kid the centre, second last Abel Thor, and 2 metres away Candy Wilkes. Out of the straight, at the 800, it's Amana by 3 metres to Introspect. On the leader's back is Peter Tamor. Down South Dream out 3 wide, being trailed up by Majestic Jester. Flamingo Kid in the centre, back on the rail Colonel Sam. Second last Abel Thor, and up on the outside is Candy Wilkes. Inside the 600 though, Amana held together. She's had a nice run by 3 metres to Introspect. A metre back on the inside, Peter Tamor. Down South Dream out 3 wide, under a little bit of pressure, this favourite in the centre, Flamingo Kid. Majestic Jester will have to go 4 wide. Colonel Sam back on the fence from Candy Wilkes and Abel Thor. 300 out though on the turn. It's Amana by 3 metres to Introspect. Peter Tamor back on the inside. Down South Dream not going well. Majestic Jester peels 4 deep. Then Flamingo Kid from Colonel Sam, Candy Wilkes and Abel Thor. Amana though straightens up 4 metres in front. Introspect and Peter Tamor are both flat. Flamingo Kid is making ground from Majestic Jester. At the 100, Amana 3 metres in front. It's getting wary. Flamingo Kid is grabbing into the shadows of the post. It'll get up Flamingo Kid. It has right on the line. Flamingo Kid has got up and wanted a half neck to Amana, who fell in a hole the last little bit. Colonel Sam may have just run third in front of Peter Tamor and Introspect. Then Majestic Jester from Candy Wilkes, Abel Thor, and the favourites run a shocker Down South Dream, run dead set stone motherless.
The winner, Flamingo Kid, 14-1. Amana 10s. Colonel Sam 5. Down South Dream, the 10-9 on favourite. Went very poorly. Race 4, Leave Us Alone, 7-4.
Racing, Kismet Alto out wide has gone away quickly, but the favourite Leave Us Alone is burning early and now crosses. After travelling about 200 metres, Leave Us Alone finds the fence. He's 4 metres in front. Kismet Alto racing 4 deep. 3 deep is Son of Vic. Mia Farmer 1 off the fence, and the leader's back is Seek and Hanover from Crafty Lee. Then Diamond Magic, South Atlas, and 6 metres away Rocky Apollo. Around the turn early in front though, Leave Us Alone by a metre. Son of Vic races up on the outside to second. Kismet Alto caught deep. 1 off the fence, Mia Farmer. The leader's back is Seek and Hanover. South Atlas on the inside of Crafty Lee. Second last Diamond Magic, and last on the fence is Rocky Apollo. Kismet Alto out 3 deep is going forward with 2 circuits to go. It now works out within 2 metres of Leave Us Alone. Third placing Seek and Hanover. Son of Vic now ends up with a 1-out trail at the expense of Kismet Alto. South Atlas 3 back on the fence. Diamond Magic from the tail now out 3 wide going forward. He went pretty roughly there for a stride or 2. Mia Farmer 3 back on the outside of Rocky Apollo. And last is Crafty Lee. Diamond Magic out 3 deep going forward. Inside the lap and 3/4 mark. Leave Us Alone in front by a metre. Diamond Magic the outside gets to second, so Kismet Alto now 1 out. Seek and Hanover the leader's back, being trailed up by South Atlas. Son of Vic is now 3 back on the outside. On its back is Mia Farmer from Rocky Apollo third last, and 6 metres away Crafty Lee. Under a pretty good hold, and nearly ran into the back of Mia Farmer. Off the back, a lap and 1/4 left to go. Leave Us Alone's had a nice run by 2.5 metres to Diamond Magic. Ahead away third, Seek and Hanover. 1 out is Kismet Alto. The leader's back is Seek and Hanover. 3 back on the fence is South Atlas. Working up is Son of Vic. Rocky Apollo third last, and 4 back on the fence from Mia Farmer, and 4 metres away Crafty Lee. At the top of the straight, a circuit to go, and Leave Us Alone in control. They've gone fairly quickly by 2 metres to Diamond Magic. Here's Crafty Lee now from last out, 3 wide making ground. Seek and Hanover the leader's back, and the centre is Kismet Alto. 3 back on the fence is South Atlas. Mia Farmer on the back of Crafty Lee going forward. Son of Vic now second last, and back on the fence a metre away is Rocky Apollo. At the 800, Leave Us Alone just in front by 2 metres to Diamond Magic. Crafty Lee out 3 wide making ground. Seek and Hanover held up in the centre, Kismet Alto. Mia Farmer 3 deep on the back of Crafty Lee. Will have to go 4 wide though. South Atlas held up second last, Son of Vic, and 5 metres away Rocky Apollo. At the 500, Leave Us Alone a metre in front of Diamond Diamond Magic, Crafty Lee 3 deep. Mia Farm will have to go 4 deep. Kismet Alto held up. The leaders back is Seek and Hanover. Then South Atlas, Son of Vic, and 4 metres away Rocky Apollo at the 350 before the turn. Leave Us Alone a metre in front. Diamond Magic the outside trying hard. Crafty Lee's under pressure. Kismet Alto still held up with Seek and Hanover. Mia Farmer not going well from Son of Vic, South Atlas and Rocky Apollo. Leave Us Alone though straightens up 2 metres in front. Diamond Magic is trying hard from Seek and Hanover. Leave Us Alone at the 100, a metre and a half in front. Diamond Magic is trying to pick it up from Seek and Hanover. Leave Us Alone though pulling out sufficient near the line, and Leave Us Alone has got home by nearly 2.5 metres to Seek and Hanover. Third placing Diamond Magic, I feel, just in front of South Atlas. Rocky Apollo made some ground, followed by Kismet Alto, then Son of Vic from Crafty Lee, and Mia Farmers run last.
Winner, Leave Us Alone, 7-4 favourites. Seek and Hanover, 10s, Diamond Magic, 8s. The main race of the night, and it's Frederick, started odds on favourite. Drew the outside of the barrier, number 9. Would the driver ease behind? Would he try and get to the front? Here they go.
Quickly,
it's
but
Frederick.
So did Frontier Fighter from 1. Otani began okay with Shazada as it's Frederick on the outside takes on Frontier Fighter coming off the back. He's burning. It's Frederick on the outside. He hits the lead coming off the back now, the favourite. It's Frederick crosses Frontier Fighter. Classic Bow works up on the inside 5th. The break of 8 metres to Bayard Boy. Then Corfu, Henry Bruce and Adios Moth is last. At the 2,000 in front is it's Frederick by 4 metres to Frontier Fighter. Early in the race, Shazada caught without cover, and back on the fences Classic Bow. Otani ends up with a 1-out trail. Here's Adios Moth now from last out, 3 wide going forward. Henry Bruce is 4 back on the fence. Bayard Boy is second last, and last is Corfu. At the winning post, 2 circuits out. It's Frederick in front by 4 metres. Adios Moth on the outside gets to second. Frontier Fighter racing third. Shazada now 1 out on the back of Adios Moth, and Classic Bow 3 back on the inside. Up on the outside is Otani of Henry Bruce. Bayard Boy second last, and last is Corfu. Along the back of the 1600, it's Frederick in front by 5 metres to Frontier Fighter. Ahead on the outside is Adios Moth. Classic Bow racing 3 back on the inside of Shazada. 5 metres to Otani. On the rail is Henry Bruce. Second last Bayard Boy racing with his mouth wide open, and 5 metres away Corfu. About 25 metres had covered the field off the back of the 1250. It's Frederick held together, pacing keenly by 5 metres to Adios Moth on the outside of Frontier Fighter. Then Shazada on the outside of Classic Bow. Henry Bruce on the inside of Otani from Bayard Boy, and 6 metres away Corfu. 1,000 metres to go on the turn. It's Frederick. He's gone quickly. He's 4 metres in front of Adios Moth, who's sitting up on the outside. Frontier Fighter having a nice run third. On his back in turn Classic Bow. Then Shazada racing 1 out and 5th. Otani 3 back on the outside of Henry Bruce. Bayard Boy second last, and still 5 metres away Corfu. It's Frederick out of the straight the final time. At the 800 is 3 metres in front of Adios Moth on the outside. Ahead away third Frontier Fighter. Then Classic Bow locked up on the inside of Shazada. 4 metres to Henry Bruce on the inside of Otani. Bayard Boy second last, and 6 metres away Corfu. Along the back inside the 600 though, it's Frederick in front. He's 5 metres to Adios Moth on the outside of Frontier Fighter. Then Classic Bow gets to 4th and comes 1 off the fence. Shazada out 3 wide, not going well. Henry Bruce making a little bit of ground on the inside. Otani not going well from Corfu, the inside of Bayard Boy. Inside the 400 though, it Frederick appears to be bolting. He's 5 metres in front, and Jimmy O'Sullivan hasn't let him go. Adios Moth is boxing on from Frontier Fighter. Classic Bow now goes to the outside 3 deep, but it's Frederick raced away at the top of the straight. Corfu is making ground from Henry Bruce, then Shazada from Otani and Bayard Boy, but it's a 1-act affair. It's Frederick is pouring it on with 100 metres to go. He'll romp in. Interest in the minors. Frontier Fighter, Classic Bow, Henry Bruce and Corfu, but it's Frederick scores by 12 metres to Frontier Fighter. 4 metres away third. Classic Bow, I feel, just in front of Corfu and Henry Bruce. Adios Moth weakened from Otani, Shazada, and Bayard Boy has run last.
Yes, a bit good. It's Frederick, 5-4 on favourite from Frontier Fighter 6's Classic Bow at 10-1. And we'll be back after this break to see more harness racing, including the fantastic Hyperstat trying to make it 17 wins in succession.
This summer, you'll want
Moonee Valley Harness Racing, the Big Six putting it on for you, and there'll be plenty for the kiddies. There's a giant slide, merry-go-round, pony rides and giveaways, and of course all the fantastic racing there for we grown-ups, and there'll also be a celebrity challenge race and a very popular innovative saddle race, as well as 10 top harness races. That's at Moonee Valley tomorrow, and it's all free. Let's go to race 6 now, one of the thrilling events of the night, the favourite Tarleton Kid.
Racing. Barbaston Bird out wide has begun quickly, won't cross though. In the centre, Tarleton Kids going quickly with Check and Geel looking for the lead. Easing in behind them, Beaumontier as Check and Geel finds the rail, but Tarleton Kid on the outside is serving it up to Check and Geel early. Coming off the back, it's looking for the lead. In behind them, racing third on the outside, Barbaston Bird, followed by Beaumontier, then Lockley Navajo as Check and Geel holds out Tarleton Kid, who's trying to drop behind the leader, but Beaumontier is kicking up on the fence. In behind them, 4 metres away, Diamond Dollar. Lockley Navajo works up on the outside. 5 metres away back in the field is Trust in Tolliver. Second last Compactor. And 4 metres away Tollivari. At the winning post, 2 circuits out. In front, Check and Geel by 5 metres. Up on the outside, Tarleton Kid. Couldn't drop in behind the leader. Beaumontier beat him to the punch there. Barbaston Bird racing 1 out. 3 back on the inside as Diamond Dollar. In behind them came Tollivari. Lockley Navajo pulling double. 3 back on the outside. Second last, Trust in Tolliver. And 5 metres away, Compactor. Along the back straight once again inside the 1600. They've gone the first circuit, and Check and Geel is 6 metres in front of Beaumontier on the inside of Tarleton Kid. 5 metres away, working up on the outside, Barbaston Bird 1 out, and Diamond Dollar on the fence. Tollivari the inside of Lockley Navajo. Trust in Tolliver second last, and 4 metres away, Compactor. Coming off the back at the lap and a quarter mark, there's a dark patch over there. I reckon they may have run a light or two. And Check and Geel inside the lap and a quarter mark is 4 metres in front of Tarleton Kid, working up on the outside. He's had no luck at all. The favourite, a metre back on the inside, Beaumontier. Barbaston Bird having the run of the race, being trailed up by Lockley Navajo, who's pulling the Dickens. 3 back on the outside of Diamond Dollar. Tollivari on its back from Trust in Tolliver, and 4 metres away, Compactor. In the straight, a circuit to go, and Check and Geel has been in front. It's 2 metres to Tarleton Kid on the outside. Third placing, Beaumontier. Fourth and 1 out is Barbaston Bird, being trailed up by Lockley Navajo, who's pulled its head off throughout. Diamond Dollar the inside, then Tollivari, Trust in Tolliver, and Compactor last and coming one off the fence. They're in the final circuit. It's Check and Geel by 2 metres to Tarleton Kid. 2 metres away, third, Beaumontier. It's had the run of the race on the inside of Barbaston Bird. Every chance for her. Then Lockley Navajo on the outside of Diamond Dollar from Tollivari, Compactor, and dropping out Trust in Tolliver. At the 500 in front, Check and Geel, 2 metres to on the outside, Tarleton Kid. He's under pressure. Third placing, Beaumontier. Then Barbaston Bird on the outside. On the rail is Diamond Dollar, followed by Lockley Navajo, 3 deep, so Compactor 4 deep before the turn, followed by Tollivari, and dropping out Trust in Tolliver. 250 out on the turn. Check and Geel will straighten up 2 metres in front. Tarleton Kid's under a lot of pressure. Barbaston Bird goes to the outside. Beaumontier held up from Diamond Dollar, then Tollivari. Lockley Navajo not going well. At the 120, Check and Geel a metre in front. Here's Tollivari sweeping home on the outside and gaining a run. Diamond Dollar, Tollivari, Diamond Dollar flashing home, and Tollivari out wide has just got up and beaten Diamond Dollar, I reckon. Barbaston Bird may have run third, just in front of Check and Geel. Then Tarleton Kid from Beaumontier, Compactor, Lockley Navajo. He pulled his head off, and tailed off was Trust in Tolliver.
Yes, some finish. Tollivari 7-1, beating Barbaston Bird at 9-2, Diamond Dollar 10s, and Tarleton Kid no luck in the run, the 7-4 favourite. Let's have a look at the concluding stages of race 7, the favourite, Bold Gaze.
The danger, Bulgays about to go forward. Quelchevel on the inside. Then Skitcham, followed by Golden George. Need to win. Tinjara tailed off. Rin Tin Fin. Royal Valley went to the lead though. 220 out. Anglined gone. Bulgays on the outside is out after Royal Valley. Quelchevel gets to third, followed by Skitcham. Bulgays though loomed up on the outside of Royal Valley at the 120. Bulgays now race to the lead. A nice little drive from Royal Valley. Quelchevel is getting into second placing, but Mark Hayes the top drive. Bulgays running away, scores 6 metres to Quelchevel. 3.5 metres away, third, Royal Valley.
And Bold Gaze 7-4 favourite defeated Quelchevel 12-1 and Royal Valley at 11-4. The 8th race on the programme, and we saw Hyperstat, a very great filly indeed, trying to make it 17 wins in succession.
Hyperstat joins El Trafford before the turn. Hilarious Tune has broken up from Tiffany Valley. Help Me Rhonda, Junie Minor. 250 out on the turn. Hyperstat the outside. She drew a head in front of El Trafford. 4 metres away. Hobby Flyer boxing on, and 10 metres to Tiffany Valley. Hyperstat are in a good hold. She went to the lead at the 150. Found a metre to El Trafford. Hobby Flyer on the outside is trying to pick up Hyperstat. Hyperstat, she's 3 metres in front. Hobby Flyer trying very hard. Oh, but she's mighty all right, Hyperstat. Number 17 for Hyperstat. 3 metres to Hobby Flyer. 8 metres away, third, El Trafford. Then
Well, a great win again by Hyperstat. 4-1 on, but still, you couldn't expect to get much better, could you, for one that has won 16 in a row and last night made it 17 in a row. Hobby Flyer second at 4-1 was good performance, and El Trafford battled on well for third at 25-1. The Trotters was next, and Leslie Ormond was the favourite.
One off the fence, Joseph Boppard from North Sea Rover. Then Gypsy's Yodel. Leslie Ormond can't go on from Lady Hillary and Noble Genius. Eastern Romance went to the lead, though, on the turn of the 220. 2 metres in front. Cano Joe, the outsiders, making ground. North Sea wider out now is putting in the big strides, followed by Casino Lynn. Eastern Romance at the 120 just in front. Cano Joe draws to it, and North Sea Rover, the outsider, line of 3. Cano Joe in the centre. North Sea Rover, Eastern Romance. North Sea Rover, the outside, doing a little bit too well near the line, and North Sea Rover's got up to win by a metre. 2 Cano Joe, 1.5 metres away third. Eastern Romance just in front of...
And the winner there, North Sea Rover, started at 12-1. Cano Joe second at 4-1, and third was Eastern Romance at 8-1, and the unplaced favourite was Leslie Romand. Last race on the programme, and the favourite with the unlikely name of Duga de Lurga.
The back of the 400 though, Duga de Lurga 3 metres in front of Turf Cutter the outside. Pacing Eros racing third, Barbaston Breeze 3 out. It's His Grace's 4 deep. He's under the whip and making some ground from Pine Chapel right on. Then Asian Johnny and Calgani 220 out on the turn. Duga de Lurga 2 metres in front of Turf Cutter, Barbaston Breeze. It's His Grace running home only fairly from Pacing Eros at the 100 though. It's Duga de Lurga. He's 5 metres in front of Turf Cutter, Pacing Eros, Barbaston Breeze. It's His Grace is not doing enough, but Duga de Lurga too good, wins by 5 metres. Pacing Eros has run second, a half head in front of Turf Cutter. Asian...
And Duga de Lurga, 5-4 favourite. Sounds a lovely name if you backed it. Pacing Eros 5-1 and Turf Cutter third at 6-1 in the final event at Moonee Valley. Now let's have a look at the daily double. There it is, 3 and 9 paid $43.05. The extra double 9 and 5 $77.75. And the quadrilla 9359, $4,042.20. World of Sport coming up in a moment. Don't forget the big free day tomorrow, will you? Brought to you by the Big Six, or Robert Holmes Court, or Richard Murdoch. It's going to be a great day. See you out there tomorrow at Moonee Valley.